For those that don't know, who is your character in Mission Impossible? Without giving too much away.
She is a mysterious, dangerous criminal network boss that she's inherited from Vanessa Redgrave's character in the first movie. It's her mother. So it goes all the way back to 22 years ago. So she's taken on the family business, and she's we wanted to make a sort of enigmatic, unusual, what's the word? I don't even know the word. Sort of villain, in a way, of the first third of the movie.
Which is crazy, because this is completely opposite from The Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And jumping into this world of Mission Impossible, what did you expect from it? Because this is... One thing I love about this is that there's not a lot of green screen. Everything's pretty practical. So what was it that got you on board for this?
It just was like, because I was in London filming day shoots and doing the second season of the show, and then coming to do night shoots in Paris. And for me, it was just a big challenge in playing two completely different people at the same time on a completely different genre. And for me, I always want to sort of try and find unusual women on screen, no matter what the genre is or the movie. So it was interesting to play two women at the same time who were technically in power or empowered, and that had operated in very different ways. And this character is definitely more elusive and sort of slippery and, more fluid and disarming, I think, than maybe Princess Margaret, who's much more on the front foot.
Right.
Shows you exactly what she's thinking at all times.
Now, this film obviously has a lot of Hollywood legends in it. Angela Bassett, Tom Cruise. Were you able to get any advice from either one of them, just about anything at all, career-wise?
I think, not really career-wise, but Angela, just in herself, in her nature and her personality, we had such a laugh, and I absolutely loved her. And I suppose how she deals with the industry and how she is on set was a great inspiration, because she's just cool, and she's just absolutely humble, down to earth, and yet very commanding. And such a great actress. And Tom, I remember when I signed on to it, I was like, I know I'm going to learn a lot about screen acting from him. And I really did, because in our scenes that we had, he would always play about 40 different ways of doing one line. And
oh, wow.
I hadn't had the space and time to do that. So he really encouraged me to explore lots and lots of different options, so that in the edit you'd have loads of options rather than one choice by the actor, and I hadn't quite gone to that extent with it, and so it was a great thing to learn, to know how different actors work in different ways, and that was really interesting.
That's awesome. So it just recently got announced that you signed on for the spin-off of the Fast and the Furious franchise. I believe it's Hobbs and Shaw, and I believe you're playing Shaw's sister, is that correct?
It's not definite.
It's not definite?
Yeah, it's not definite yet, but so I can't really talk about it, can I? But from, I suppose, what I feel like is a responsibility, just in general, this is generalised, to play characters, particularly in these kind of movies that have always been male protagonist-led.
Sure.
To play women that are fiercer than the men. And the character in that project is absolutely the boss by far. And I think that's really important nowadays, to do that. And that's a really, really important thing to me. But yeah, I can't, it's not definite. So I don't know, I literally don't know yet.
I'm excited about that, because one thing I've noticed, especially in this movie with Rebecca's character, your character, there's a lot of strong female characters that are in this action genre now. How important is that to you?
Well, I think it's really, really important, because these big movies are the things that are getting watched most in cinema now, because a lot of the long run, like with The Crown or whatever, it's Netflix, you watch it at home. And I think people come to the cinema or IMAX to see these movies. I think it's so important to see these movies in the cinema. So the kids that are coming to see it, or, the girls that are growing up, I think they have to be able to look at people on screen and go, I can be her, rather than, I don't know if I can be him, and he's
Exactly.
leading the movie and he's the one getting to do all the action. And I think that, times are absolutely changing, and in something like that, the project we talked about, Hobbs and Shaw, what was exciting about reading it was that this was a character which was absolutely in charge from start to finish, and leads it in a big way.